We're here at SFL2 and I'm here with Viet Anh Do, now 3-0 pro, fighting out Auckland MMA and Oliver South. Mate, 3 first round finishes, what a pro career you're having.
Yeah, ring rust, nowhere to be seen tonight.
Well, yeah, you haven't fought since 2019. Why so much time off? What brought you back?
Side quest. I had a side quest, pandemic, it's complicated. And yeah, I've never felt like I've left. I've always been training, but people don't know that. But I guess they kind of do now.
And are we going to see a lot more of you on the New Zealand scene?
I'm gonna try and make up for those 5.5 years that I was inactive for sure, yeah.
So you actually got to do something a lot of Kiwis haven't done. You made your pro debut on One Championship. So how was that kind of making your pro debut on such a big international stage?
That was great. I didn't expect to make my pro debut on One Championship, but like I said, I've always had a problem, and my problem was I can't get any fights. Flyweight, bantamweight, even featherweight as well. So we had to go all the way to Asia, and they got me fights, but it was still pretty hard for them to get me fights.
And your fight fell through for SFL. Were you what was going through your mind when you fell through? Were you confident you were still going to get one? Where were you at, especially with all the time off?
I was hard to stay motivated, definitely, when my fight fell through. But I just thought about the boys who are still on the card, like Ants, Tyrell as well, but unfortunately his injury. And that was the only thing that was keeping me going. And thank God Moses pulled it off. He gave me his word, and I, to be honest, didn't think he was going to pull it off, but he pulled it off. Got me a last-minute replacement. Yeah, Tom, what a gangster. 3 days notice when these guys had 10 weeks, 8 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever, how many weeks, they still didn't take it, you know? So big props to my opponent who stepped up when no one else did.
He also hadn't fought in quite a while as well, so it was kind of, the ring rust thing was kind of a bit even as well.
Yeah.
Obviously you had more time off, but still.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. Big props to him. And but to be honest, I didn't feel any ring rust tonight, and I think ring rust is definitely real. But for some people like myself, who stayed in the gym, not so much.
What about walking out in front of a crowd again?
That was a little bit difficult. Yeah, I got a little bit carried away at the end of the before the finish. I kind of rushed it a little bit, but something to work on, and I'm glad I have something to work on.
And it's been going around the internet recently, this week mainly, 100 men versus 1 gorilla. Who do you think would win and why?
Definitely, depends what kind of 100 men they are. If they're 100 men soy boy, then I might pick the gorilla. But if they're 100 men Vikings or Spartans or legitimate fighters, definitely the 100.
All right, sweet. Well, it was great seeing you in the cage, mate. I hope we get to see a lot more of you and you stay real active.